Welcome to Neuro Gamer Boy. Let's do it to it. We're gonna have some fun and let's save one of the robots. Yes, yes. Can't wait. Okay, up
Moving right
to
along.
Pollywood Squares we go. Yay.
Ready
Alright.
to spin of the wheel? Just click on the on button.
On button we go. I'm on Pollywood. Bollywood Squares.
You're clued in to the only game show that can literally throw you back in time. I'm your host, Monty Monitor, and this is Pollywood Squares. Your first clue is a slingshot, and it will tell you what this mission is all about.
Okay, we just gotta
A
wait.
slingshot
Alright.
is a forked stick with an elastic strap used for hurling stones. It's a smaller version of an ancient weapon called a sling. Ancient warriors used a sling to launch the world's first missiles. Which of the following ancient weapons is most like a slingshot?
A rocket, a bow and arrow, a sword. A rocket, a bow and arrow, a sword. What do you think? Do you think it's a rocket, a bow and arrow, or a sword? Which one do you choose, my friends? And choose wisely, okay? Because we want to win this thing. What do you think? Ancestral weapon looks like a sling. A rocket is an ancestral weapon, and a sword is something you hold in your hand. A bow and arrow, you pull back and you fire. This is probably more like a sling, a bow and arrow.
Bullseye! The bow and arrow is like a slingshot that shoots pointy sticks. In ancient times, it was used in warfare and for hunting. People now use the bow and arrow to play what sport?
Fencing, shooting, archery. Let's say it one more time and then we'll work through it, okay? Fencing, shooting, and archery. What do they use the bow and arrow as a competition for our sport? Let's check. A fence is a sword that you poke a large sword. Shooting is something different. That's not anything. It involves like something. Uh, Archery is another word for somebody who shoots a bow and arrow. So shooting's out, fencing's out. I'm gonna say archery. You're probably gonna do that with me, aren't you? And we're
Bullseye!
right on.
Archery is the name of a sport using bows and arrows. Like many games, archery has its origins in combat. Which of the following toys was also once a weapon?
Was it jacks, medical balls, boomerangs? Jacks, medical balls, or boomerangs? What do you think was a weapon that was used in the ancient times? This weapon was also used in Australia too. It's a special Thai weapon. It's really cool. It's bent so that it'll come right back to you. That's a hint. Is it jacks? Jacks are those pokey things with a ball that you bounce and you pick up. A medical ball is those when you're like doing muscle building and strength and everything like that. Boomerang is what the natives of Australia used, and so we're going to do that.
Terrific! Boomerangs were invented for hunting animals. Your accurate aim has helped you find what your mission is all about.
Bang, zoom. Polly sent
Boomerang.
Oswald the Mailman robot back to the time when boomerangs were invented. Keep going. You're doing great.
Your second clue's a lock. The lock is the key to finding out where you need to go on your mission. Locks may seem like a modern invention, but people were using locks as far back as 3,400 years ago. Where was the lock invented 3,400 years ago?
This should be interesting. Is it the United States, England, Egypt, the United States of America, England, or Egypt? Let's see, the lock. United States has really only been around of America for like 250 years, so that's totally out of the picture. England and Egypt, those are the two that we got to look at. England has been around a long time, but Egypt has been around a long, long, long time. So I'm gonna probably take England out because it's not as old as Egypt. And I'm gonna go with Egypt.
That's the key. The ancient Egyptians were the first to invent locks and keys. Egypt is located on which continent?
This should be interesting. Is it Asia, Europe, or Africa? Asia, Europe, or Africa? Where is Egypt located? We know Europe, it's not in Europe, so that's for sure. Africa, maybe. Asia. Asia is like China, little portions of Russia, and some of the other places down in there. So Asia, I'm thinking it's out. Europe's out. So the only spot that Egypt could be in is Africa. Great job.
Survey says yes. Egypt is in Africa. And Africa is the second largest continent next to Asia. Africa is a continent made up of many countries. Which continent has only one country on it?
Is it Australia, Greenland, Antarctica? Australia, Greenland, Antarctica. Let's see here. Antarctica is ice, so and not I don't think really anybody lives up there without help from like bringing food in, so that's not an habitable place. Greenland, around the border of Greenland, like the coastal regions, you could live there, but they didn't. I don't think they invented the boomerang. They were settled by Denmark. Australia is also the only country and continent that is one. So, Australia.
Aye, mate, you did it. Australia is the only continent that's also a country. It's famous for koala bears, kangaroos, and yes, boomerangs.
Okay, so
Alright, now we gotta know who and when.
that means we're 2 clues away from getting Oswald back.
Your third clue is a bird's nest. The bird's nest will lead you to the people who invented the boomerang. Birds build nests to keep their eggs safe and warm. Which bird builds a big nest since it lays the world's largest egg?
Is it the emperor penguin, the ostrich, the kingfish? The emperor penguin, the ostrich, the kingfish. The emperor penguin does lay an egg, but I don't think it's that big. So, and the kingfish is underwater, and I don't think fish eggs are like the world's biggest things. Ostriches are the biggest birds that can't fly, and it would make sense that an ostrich would, if it's the biggest bird that can't fly, lay the biggest egg. So I'm gonna go with the ostrich.
Exactly! The African ostrich is the world's largest bird. It makes sense that it would lay the largest egg. The African ostrich is too big to fly. Which other bird can't fly either?
Is it an emu, a peacock, the turkey? Emu, peacock, the turkey. Let's see. The turkey can fly, even though you see them on the farm. They have to actually take away the portion of their wings so they can't fly. Otherwise, they'd flap away. And peacocks can fly. Emus are very, very similar to ostriches, and they kind of look like ostriches, but a little weirder. So I'm gonna go emu.
That's right. Emus are enormous flightless birds. So big, in fact, that some people ride them like horses. The emu was hunted by the people who inhabited Australia long before the Europeans arrived. What are those people called?
Are they Native Americans, English, or Aborigines? Native Americans, English, or Aborigines? Let's see. The Native Americans, of course, are on the continent of America, so that's not in Australia. England is in Europe and it's an island. That's not in Australia. So the only one that would have the boomerang would be the Aborigines.
Absolutely! The Aborigines invented the boomerang. Some Aborigines maintained their ancient way of life.
So the boomerang was invented in Australia by the Aborigines. Now all we
I'm
need
gonna
is
find out when.
Attention all dudes. Your fourth clue is a surfboard. Ride the wave to when in history your mission will take you. You may think the surfboard is a modern invention, but it's not. An explorer named Captain James Cook sailed to the Pacific Ocean 200 years ago, and boy, was he shocked to find people riding the waves on surfboards. Captain James Cook was a European explorer who sailed to the Pacific Ocean from which country?
Was it French, English, or America? French, English, or America? Now we're gonna work this. Captain James Hook, or Cook. Sorry, not Captain James Cook. Was he from French? That doesn't sound like a French name. America wasn't a country during the time that happened. We were still being explored and settled. So the only one that has a very similar sounding name would be English because they had a king named James. So kind of very similar sounding. I'm going to say England.
Jolly good. Captain Cook was an Englishman who made an expedition to Australia 200 years ago. Soon after that, many English people moved to Australia. England didn't send just anybody to Australia. Which English people originally came to Australia?
I think it was prisoners, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. The royal family, prisoners, farmers. The royal family, prisoners, farmers. We know the royal family stays in England, so that's not going to happen. Farmers, they're all over the place, but they weren't the original ones that were sent. Prisoners, I believe, were the ones that were sent, and that was actually started out as a place to send them, so we'll have to see.
Strange but true. The original English settlers of Australia were convicts who were forced to leave Europe. English convicts came to Australia long after the Aborigines first arrived. When did the Aborigines first get to Australia?
200 years ago, 2,000, 40,000. 200, 2,000, 40,000. 200 years ago, it was explored before then. Around probably 2,000 would have been, not 40,000, but we got to go with what the game says. So it's 40,000.
Great! 40,000 years ago, the Aborigines arrived in Australia. That was probably the time when they invented the boomerang.
You did it! Aborigines invented the boomerang in Australia 40,000 years ago. That's a long way to go to find Oswald. But as they say in the post office, Neither snow nor sleet nor Polly will keep us from our appointed rounds.
Okay, away we go. Let's go get Oswald the Mailman. Oswald, here we come, bro. Hold on.
This is it. A journey into time.
Okay, Botley.
Come on, me to
It's all up
start
to
the
you.
trip. Next stop, Australia.
All right.
Invention of the boomerang. Heads up. No telling how good the Aborigines' aim was back then. Hey, there's Oswald the robot mailman. What's he gonna do to that Aborigine? I mean, how do you change something as simple as the invention of the boomerang? Whoa! He's gonna try to deliver the mail with it! Hit that recall button before he makes a special delivery.
Okay.
There you go. The boomerang was invented for hunting, not mailing. Now hold on while I steer this contraption back. Phew, we made it back. Always a good sign. Press the back button on the utility belt to leave the time machine. Hey, things are looking up here. We've added another robot to the roost. Can you say sweet dreams? Plodly, what am I going to do with you? Are you trying to make me fail this test? I guess I'll have to make it a little tougher on you to get the next robot.
Okie dokie. We're gonna say adieu
Let's take a
here.
look at that transquisitor and select another mission. Click on the inventory.
Wanted to thank you all for logging on, participating, and remember to like and subscribe. And remember to use the mind the Lord's given you to honor Him. Keep pushing forward. Keep learning, improving, coming back. Again, if you like, a robot up here, somewhere around here, you could put it in the comments down below which one. And that'll be great. And thank you so much for subscribing. And I'll see you next time. And remember that NeuroGamerBoy loves you. Be blessed, my friends. Bye-bye.